Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. Today I have the keys to this manual Supra. I've actually had this car on the channel a couple of times before. This is a car that CES has been working on, and it actually has the Clutchmaster's upgraded clutch. It is currently on the stock turbo. It does have an E50 blend tune and meth. The last time I drove this car, it was on a base map, and I was actually just breaking in the clutch, so I was kind of getting used to what that Clutchmaster's clutch actually felt like in the manual Supra, and really just experiencing the manual Supra transmission for the first time. But now this thing is making some serious power. So today we're gonna go for a drive and I get to really see what this thing is all about. I am pretty excited. Let's get in and go for a drive. All right, first impressions. Immediately get sideways. But he's got the KWV3 coils on this car, and man, it drives so good. This coupled with the clutch and all of the upgrades that they've done on this car, this thing it's come a long way. It's been a lot of testing, but it's worth it. It was worth the wait to get it right. Jesus. It's fast. It's fast, man. It is fast. Feels really good. Thing rips. That's the thing about this setup, is you could just daily drive this car and have no issues. It would be really, really easy. But then you can switch over to like race mode and throw in your meth and your E50 tune, and it is a rocket, dude. Which is just fun when you have a manual car that's fast like that. Just that much more fun. Still got the auto rev match stuff going on, but you can always turn that off if you're not a fan of it. Personally, I would probably turn it off. Just so smooth. This clutch is feeling really good too now that it's all broken in. It was a really stiff clutch in the beginning when we first installed it, and now that we have some good mileage on the clutch, it just feels, dude, it feels so good. So good. Highly recommend this clutch if you guys are trying to make some more power out of your Supra. This is definitely the way to go, just because it can handle so much more power. It's so fun to drive, man. I love the autos, don't get me wrong. And the autos are going to be faster, but dude, the manual is so fun to drive. Jeez, man. It's crazy. Just that little bit of meth injection and the E50 just brings this car to life. And like I said before, the last time I drove this car, it was on 93, like a base map tune. It has way more power and way more torque now. It's nice to see that the manual transmissions are holding up with that much torque and that much power. A lot of people were worried about that in the beginning, like, oh, how much is that transmission going to be able to hold? But I mean, it's no different than the automatic transmissions. You got to start building them once you get into the 700s. All the other components start to fail as well. So it's just like, it's one of those things. How far do you want to take it? You know, how far do you really want to take it? Jesus, it's so fast, dude. It's crazy. It's crazy. Oh man, I love it.
Hey guys, welcome back. Today we want to show you all the dyno information from all the work that we did on the car as we progress to the final numbers that we were talking about we did in the ride along and the drive. When the car came in, we obviously had the stock dyno numbers. This graph right here is actually a progression from how the car first came in until the final dyno numbers that we left the car at, and it's going to go home to the customer. The yellow line is actually the stock tune run, so that is no tuning whatsoever. It did include the bolt-ons that we did on the car, which are the downpipe, charge pipe, and cold air intake. This setup was an MST intake, CTS charge pipe, and our CES high flow downpipe, but this is with bolt-ons tuned. So the car actually did very well. We dynoed the car in 5th gear with a 6-speed manual transmission, 408 to the tire, 402 to the tire. Really good power even in stock form. So obviously the customer wanted to take it to that next level, so we ended up doing the femto unlock on the car, and then we did the stage 2 MHD 93 OTS tuning. That put down a pretty solid 474 and about 530 torque at the wheels. This is typically what we see for the E30 or E40 blends on the Autotrans cars. So it is transferring a little bit more power to the tires with the manual trans, which is really nice. After that, we decided we wanted to test the OTS E40 map with MHD also. So the blue line is the stage 2 E40 off-the-shelf map that MHD offers, and that's where we were able to get her into the 500 plus wheel horsepower range. It was right about 505 and about 560 torque. Very impressive numbers. So even if you did want a 6MT car and you wanted to get an MHD tuning package on the car, the OTS maps are going to get you in the 470s on pump gas and about 500 wheel on the E40 tune. Very impressive stuff. Customer wanted to take it to that next level. That's why we ended up going to a meth injection system to unlock the additional power out of the car. The green line that you see right there is actually the final dyno numbers where we left the car out after all the street tuning and all the revisions that we did to make it a very balanced power for the street and for the setup on the car. We did realize once we started getting into these power levels that the factory clutch could no longer hold up. So we ended up talking to Clutch Masters and they sent us an FX1000 clutch upgrade. We also did the new prototype hydro release bearing option on the car. That really gives the clutch pedal a wonderful feel and also gets rid of, you know, some of the other mechanics in there that we've discussed in other videos. But the bottom line is it's a great clutch setup. Drivability is excellent and it can hold everything that we throw at it. We did take it one step further from this, and I'd like to show you all this stuff next. So I might take off a couple of these graphs just to make it a little easier to look at and focus on the E50 meth tuning. So this is actually the custom E50 meth tune that we have, the final version for the street. Turn the power down, or the torque down actually a little bit, just to keep the stock motor happy. As you can see, we are approaching 600 wheel torque, definitely in the mid to high 500s, even by 3,000 RPM with this tune. But we actually wanted to push it and see how far we could take it with the tuning, and this was our maxed out version of the torque that we did out of the car with the FX1000 clutch upgrade. So it was a 650 torque, 550 wheel horsepower car with stock turbo. E50 blend, our meth injection kit, doing a single jet with 100% M1. This was a little bit more uncontrollable on the street, and we also did not want to be pushing, you know, the 6 to 650 wheel torque numbers that low in the RPM with the stock motor. So on the air of caution and for daily drivability and just overall longevity, we turned it down a little bit, and the green line is going to be the actual numbers that we are going to sell with the custom tuning package for the 6MT cars. This is what you saw when we were driving on the street, and all the driving impressions was this exact power band. The car literally came off the street, went on the dyno, and put that number to the ground just now. So you can go to our website, cesmotorsport.com, give us a call at the shop anytime. We haven't listed the package up yet, but we'll be putting something together where you can either purchase the FBO package with the custom tune, and we can get all that set up for you, or however you want to set it up. But we'll be offering these tunes for any 6MT customer that wants to have a package like this and this kind of power level out of their car.
So they can basically just go buy a manual Supra, bring it here, buy the package, and get this.
Correct. And the tuning has been worked out. We spent a lot of time on it, like we were saying. You know, thank you again, you know, Pure Boost, Fabian, MHD guys. You know, they've been very instrumental in moving this along to develop this kind of tuning package for this car. It's not easy to get this stuff done to this level and this consistency, and we, you know, put a lot of man hours in it, but the end result is we're really pleased with it.
All right, guys, so that is going to wrap up the video on the manual Supra. Turned out really good, dude. That thing feels amazing on the street, making some great power. If you guys are interested in buying the package for any of your Supras, got a bunch of them here that we're always working on. Make sure you check out CES out here in Monroe, Charlotte, North Carolina, but we will see you guys in the next video. Peace.